Oh, the tweet of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is really causing a lot of ripples in Nigeria, with the Nigerian government issuing, statements and counter statements, and the rest of them, the foreign ministry, the presidency, all issuing different statements, trying to, justify why Donald Trump shouldn't have made that tweet, and the fact that the things that they are alleging, they are not true. And I've seen even supporters of government, and those who are in government, and even supporters on the street, they have all taken to the social media to say that there is nothing like genocide in Nigeria, that no Christians have been unalived, and all of that, and that Donald Trump was going to threaten to send US forces against the terrorists in Nigeria and the issue. Now, what suddenly people have lost their sense, or maybe of reading or understanding simple English. He said, if the government does not do anything about the repeated unaliving that's been happening in different parts of Nigeria, specifically targeted at Christians, and even the report that gave rise to Donald Trump's tweet, I'm sure a lot of Nigerians have not even read that report that talked about religious tolerance and blasphemy laws and all of that. A lot of Nigerians have not even read this. Some are just engaging in street discussions. But Donald Trump's tweet, he said, if the Nigerian government does not do anything about tackling this menace, and we all know, let's not lie to ourselves, that the government has been pampering this Fulani jihadists, that the government has been pampering Fulani headsmen, the government has been pampering the bandits who have over the years carried out this unaliving. And just to make it clear that the unaliving that is being talked about in thousands, they are not things that have happened 1 year ago, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. It's a systemic thing that happened over the last 10 years. This thing was so serious to the extent that even the current president tweeted about it in 2014. Even some people who are right now supporting the government and calling Americans bully, they tweeted about the number of Christians that have been unalived in Nigeria. You can see some of the tweets here on the screen. So what are we talking about? And the fact that in Nigeria we play politics with almost anything that happens in the country. Some are saying, the figures are fake, and people just play. Those now in the southwest are now saying, all this is just to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even Tinubu acknowledged the fact that Christians have been unalived, and he doubted the capacity of the then president to ensure that these things are nipped in the bud. And now we are seeing it, what the US is saying, that look, the US is not saying we are coming to, if the government does not take action. So it is more like a wake-up call for the government to do what is right. After all, the primary essence of government is security and welfare of the people. So if the government cannot guarantee security and welfare, especially the ones targeted at specific people, then there's going to be a problem. Because over the years, we've seen how people, just that a lot of Nigerians forget. We forget so easily. I mean, people have forgotten so many, about 10 years ago, a lot of the people in Plateau State were burying people in mass graves, in Taraba, in Benue State, and even in Benue, we've seen consistently within the last 3-4 years, how during Christmas, people in Plateau will bury their dead, how people in Benue will bury people in mass graves, not to talk about the ones happening in southern Kaduna. So these killings or unaliving they're talking about, they are not things that happened just yesterday. They are systemic things that have been on for a very long time. And it appears the government, is not doing anything about it, especially during the time of the late Muhammadu Buhari. And when people talk about US forces coming to Nigeria, let me remind you people, on October 31st, 2020, exactly 5 years ago, US Navy SEALs entered into Nigeria, went to Sokoto, and rescued an American hostage, and killing 6 out of the 7 captors who were bandits. In this same Nigeria, a lot of people just forget. People don't read news. People just forget. Exactly 5 years ago, the US Navy SEALs came into Nigeria because the Nigerian forces could not rescue the American hostage. The US Navy SEALs came into Nigeria, went to as far as Sokoto to rescue the American hostage. Because the Americans do not negotiate with terrorists. But Nigeria keep negotiating and pampering these people, giving amnesty to Boko Haram 300. So all of these things, the government of the day, to just play politics with the lives of the people. That's exactly what's happening in Nigeria. So the killings, the unaliving you're talking about, is not something that happened today. It's a systemic thing over the last 10 years that even Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Fani Kayode, and so many of people in government today tweeted about it. So let me hear what you have to say. I think we have to just set the record straight. This is a wake-up call to the Nigerian government to do what is right, and we should stop politicizing the lives of human beings. Because it has not happened to us doesn't mean that one day Nigeria cannot happen to us, and these people who have died were not better than them. God bless Nigeria.